we started with just mirroring exercise and so on, but I was introducing the idea of the transitions between the different elements. So just really quickly, I will recap that. So from each element, you can go into two other elements. Yeah. So that means from Earth, I will find a place where I can transition to water, or from Earth, I will find a place where I transition to fire, and so on. Then from air, again, I'm like, oh, this is Earth, or I'm here, and I'm like, wow, I can go to water. From water, I can go back to Earth, or I can go to fire. Right? And then from fire, I can go to Earth, or to water, right? So we have many possibilities. If I want to transition between fire and the only other element that I cannot get to instantly, which for fire is air, for instance, because there's simply no possibility to transition directly, then I can do one water with another connecting element, and I will get into that. And this is applied to all these, this is the fundamental idea of all the technical moves, because as soon as you start combining in-spins and anti-spins, you will be dealing with not only what's the mode of your poi, but also what's the mode of your hands. And by combining them in various ways, you'll achieve some interesting tricks. And with all these changes, everything that you can do just with your arms like this, even quarters timing, all that, whatever things there are with the arms, I can do that with anti-spins and in-spins and extensions, right? So then you can, this way you can technically break down any technical move. And yeah, the idea is that we're playing with 4-pedal anti-spins, so everything is happening in this diamond shape. So say, I'm gonna, simply the moves where I have the same mode with my poi and my arms, that's for instance this, right? This is poi in fire as well as arms in fire, and I'm doing anti-spin, 4-pedal anti-spin. So there is this horizontal symmetry, which is typical for fire element. If I have an anti-spin version of this standing in direction with both poi and hand, arms, I can also switch to either extension or in-spins, right? It's always either I can do inwards or outwards. And since there are in-spins and anti-spins, I can always decide to change direction. So that means, either I'm doing this or this, but it's still fire with my arms, fire with my poi, and just then have to define whether I'm doing anti-spin or in-spin / extension. I can do extension or add extra beats in there. Doesn't make a big difference. Then I can have, for instance, if you have a look at the typical 4-pedal anti-spin flower, this is water and water, right? My arms are going in water, my poi are going in water as well. Then some tricks where I'm combining different elements together. A popular one is this one, where I'm doing water with my poi, see, and fire with my arms. And then it's just really important in order to achieve, the look of the move that you want. Then it's important to be able to do the anti-spin well and have it precise. So if the side pedals, this is where the poi overlap. If I'm doing two beat in-spin and 4-pedal anti-spin, the poi meet on the side. You see, they overlap here. So this loop here, loop there. So if my anti-spin or in-spin is not nice and precise, it won't look very good. If it was somehow messy, it won't look so good. So you should practice the 4-pedal anti-spins we did yesterday, and then finally we'll get into all of these moves. So this is water and fire. I can choose if I go this way, so I can change direction. I can create looped patterns where I only do, say, a half of the move. Yeah, I'm switching directions every half, or I could do every quarter, or every half this way. Well, anything you will find with just the arms will work with the poi. I can take water and earth. Yeah, water and earth. Basel fountain, right? If you know the Basel fountain, as soon as we're dealing with like compound circles, where there's lots of small circles inside of an extension with my hand, you can always define those things this way. So this is water and earth. Water with my poi or with my hands. And if I can do in spin, that always means I can do out spin. And that always means I can turn. And I can do, just 1/2 or just 1/4 somewhere. Or water and air. So poi in water, see, and hands in air. And I can again change direction. And there's many, like this one is quite difficult in wall plane, but I can always bring it to wheel plane, this one. So this would look like that. It's 2 pedal and spin, with 4 pedal and spin, overlapping at the bottom and at the top. Because that's where my hands meet, right? And the timing of air. So then, it's like that. Again, I can turn, and so. Yeah. And that can be easily, changed. So like if my poi, or like, you can't so easily change the direction or the mode of your poi, but you can very easily change the mode of your hands, of your arms, right? So if I'm now doing air with my hands, I can just like that switch to water with my hands. So I can transition from the flower like this into that. As I turn, right? I can just do 1/2 like this, 1/2 like this. Or I can take off the in-spin pedals and I can just do extension. But then it becomes a hybrid move because suddenly there's only 1 circle, there's extension of 1 circle, and then there's 3 circles because it's 4 pedal and spin without a hand. So then, I'm getting very technical here. It's a huge universe of possibilities.